excited to have you join us for Plainfield Speaks. We are shooting for Mayor Adrian O. Mapp's home. Mayor Adrian, thank you again for letting us convene here. My name is Chanel McLeod, and the purpose of this show is to make sure that we are bringing in residents to be active participants and making sure that Plainfield continues to be a place that we call home. I'm particularly excited about this episode because we've heard from you all, and what we've learned from hearing is that you all not only want to hear more about what the partnership in between Mayor Mapp looks like with some of the residents, but you also want to hear some best practices from some of our special guests. And so we have a group of amazing entrepreneurs here who are going to be able to share with us what it takes in order to be an entrepreneur here in the city of Plainfield. And so with that, I want to allow you guys to just introduce yourself, your name, the business you're representing, and what brought your business to Plainfield. I'll start off with you.
Okay, my name is Arturo Marroquin. I have a couple of businesses. I have 2 restaurants, 1 bakery, and 1 real estate company. And I mean, I chose Plainfield because the Spanish population, is growing very fast and is bigger right now. I'm Spanish, so we're trying to put a product into the town to see, and I know they like it, and I think it's amazing serving, that community.
Yes, absolutely.
My name is Yvette Homer. My company is BYNY Management. So we're involved in real estate investment and development here in Plainfield. My family has been in the city, for over 30 years. We've had our business, our company, so
Wow.
just a generational business, and I'm here to carry the torch and bring us into the future of Plainfield.
Yes.
Awesome. Hey guys, so my name is Mapp Has. I'm the founder of Queen City Coffee Roasters. We're a brand new business in Plainfield, not even 2 months old. We have our grand opening on Thursday. I'll see you there.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. The warmth and welcome from the Plainfield community has been incredible. What brought me personally to Plainfield, actually, similar to Yvette's story, we grew up in Warren, but my family always had businesses in Plainfield. So basically spent my weekends here, literally growing up my whole life. And so when my wife and I decided to move, we had our second kid, we needed a little bit more space. Plainfield was a perfect option for us, close to family, but still had a little bit of that urban city vibe, because we came from New York.
Yes.
But the big reason actually I decided to invest and open up a business here was because I see a tremendous economic opportunity. I know I spoke with Mayor Mapp a couple weeks ago. I frankly see Plainfield as the next Brooklyn of New Jersey.
Yes.
So, and
I see that too.
instead of, people have always been talking about its potential, instead of waiting around for it, let's play a part in it, right? So that's my story.
Absolutely.
And I'm Mayor Adrian O. Mapp, Mayor of the great city of Plainfield. I am so happy to have you here to be a part of this conversation. And so I welcome you, and I look forward to us being engaged and hearing from you and you from me.
Likewise.
And the residents hearing from all of us.
Absolutely.
So Yvette, your family business has been here for about 30 years,
Yes.
as you stated. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you like to have happen from the city of Plainfield in order to keep your business growing and thriving another 30 years.
Well, I think that the city of Plainfield has so much to offer. And one thing I think is really important is to communicate the amazing things going on in this city. I think there's record development, there's new exciting businesses opening up, which I'm so excited about. I love your coffee.
Choose the right
That's awesome.
I'm a regular customer. So I think just communicating the amazing things that's going on in Plainfield. There's record development, there's new businesses, there's, new people moving in all the time. So I think it's important that, we really get out the message that Plainfield, is open for business. We're a safe city, and there's a lot of exciting things going on here. Restaurants, amazing culture. So
Yes.
just communicating that message. building that
I'm hearing
message.
communication. Any other things that you all are thinking would be helpful in order to keep your businesses thriving?
So I think similar to what Yvette was saying, I know when I've talked to a lot of friends and family, no, you get like, oh wait, Plainfield, like wait, why Plainfield, right? You kind of like get that look, right, on someone's face. But to her point, I think people don't know the amazing things that are happening here. And so, just to second what she was saying about like people moving in, just being a shop owner, being behind the bar, you meet people from all walks of life. It's frankly an incredible networking opportunity.
Right.
And so I hear stories from people who are just moving in from Brooklyn, from Jersey City, from Hoboken, like regulars, right? And frankly, the thing that I've been most excited about is the artistry in Plainfield. So there's such a huge art community across, you know, food, music, like the fine arts, even like the Ducre School. We have gems here,
Yeah.
and the world just, you know, people are sleeping on Plainfield,
Right.
frankly, you know, and so we just need to do a better job, you know, not just at the city level, but also as, you know, business owners and residents of telling our story.
Yes, absolutely.
Just if I could interject as
Yes,
well, I
for
think
sure.
a really important message to send is that, you know, why drive 45 minutes to go to Jersey City or to Hoboken? Like, we have an interesting cultural, you know, mecca here, and you don't have to, you know, drive far to get, you know, interesting food and interesting arts and culture.
Right, totally.
We have all of that right here in Plainfield.
Yes.
Yes, I wanna say thank you to a mayor, you know, because we started the business in 2007, if I am not wrong. And right now, how the city was in 2007 and how it's right now, you know, it's more safe, you know, it's changed a lot, okay? So I want to say thank you, and at the same time, you know, continue to have, you know, like right now, police is everywhere right now, you know. We remember years ago, you know, we scared 7 o'clock, you know, like in the center of Plainfield, you know. Right now, you know, I feel safe, you know. Close the business at 10 o'clock at night, you know, and leave. So I just want to say, you know, continue to doing, you know, like what you're doing right now. So I think we're going to the right way, you know.
Yes, yes.
Well, everything that you've said is so extremely important. You've touched on safety, and when I took office, I knew how important it was for us to create a playing field that is safe, that is inviting, that people would want to come here to live, shop, and play. And so we intentionally created programs, we made investments in public safety where we put more police officers on the street, and we have aggressively addressed the issue or the challenges of crime. And crime is down significantly by over 50% since I took office. So Plainfield, and to your point, Yvette, is a very safe city. In terms of communication, getting the word out, I think that has been Plainfield's challenge for many years, where there has been this negative perception, and I think communication, shaping the message is important. And so we embark on a marketing and rebranding campaign where we are running commercials all across the state, across the tri-state area, to tell people about what exists here, how culturally diverse we are, the opportunities that exist. And so we are very intentional in what we are doing, and we're going to continue to focus on getting the word out. And what I've heard from you so far is that you are a part of helping us to tell the story, and we will partner with any and everyone who will help us to tell that story. So we will continue to focus on marketing, rebranding, and letting people know that what exists here is special. We are a very diverse community, inviting a place where people should come and enjoy the experience.
Yes. Now, are all your businesses in the downtown area?
Mine,
Yes.
yes.
All okay.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about what changes, if any, you like to see in the downtown area in order to continue your business.
I'd like to-
Myra, you laughed. I was gonna let you go
So
first.
I have a parking problem. I mean, I hear it all the time from customers, like, yeah, you know, Mahar, I kid you not, like, we've circled 5 times and we just can't find parking.
Right.
So, I mean, granted, there's a lot of construction going on right now right behind the police station. So that's understandable. But if, I think that hopefully once things clear up, we can at least get, Court Place street parking back. So that's definitely been a resounding feedback, at least for my customers, is like the parking issue.
If you get that parking back, will that solve the issue, or is there something else that needs to happen?
Because we opened up during construction, so
it would go a long way in addressing your challenge with parking, because as a result of that project, which is being on the way for the last 2 months, and it's a major project, and it's about major contamination that has been at that site for the last 60 or 70 years.
Right.
And so the DEP made PSC&G clean up that site.
Understood.
And so parking is a challenge for you right now, more so than it would be had those lots been open. But we are also working with developers on improving the parking challenges that we have in our city. And so I am confident that you will see that situation being addressed over the course of the process.
I will say though, as well as we're doing now without parking, so it's only going to be that much better with parking.
Right,
so.
yes, absolutely. Need that, Arturo, what about you all?
Okay, about concern?
Yes.
Okay. My concern is, maybe if we can meet like a lot of business owners, and maybe we can organize like a food bank, okay, for the older people live in the street,
Homeless.
trying, homeless, and then trying to keeping them, in a safety place, I think, so that way, because in my area, we have a lot of issues about homeless people.
Yes.
So maybe we can organize to donate, like everybody donate food and trying, to have a place so they can go eat, so that way, maybe, I don't know, it's
I love that idea. Mayor, can you talk to us a little bit about the homeless population here in Plainfield and what programs or anything you've been looking to implement in order to support our homeless population?
Well, homelessness is certainly a challenge, not only in Plainfield, but in the county and across this nation. And so it is unfortunate that in this country, the richest country on the face of the earth, that we have people who are homeless, people who don't have a meal to eat on a daily basis. And so to that end, we have partnered with the county, we've partnered with third-party organizations, and even my wife and I, we host an event every year where we ask people to bring donations of food, sanitary supplies, so that we could provide those to the homeless people in partnership with Shiloh Baptist Church, which has a great food bank that provides food and clothing to people who are in need. And so we will continue to seek out solutions by working with the county social service organization. We also have our Plainfield Action Services that helps to provide support to individuals who have fallen on difficult times. It's not an easy problem to address. It exists in all cities across the state, but in Plainfield we have more than our share of people who are in need of social service support, and we're doing our part to the best that we can to help with that challenge.
And I saw your eyes light up a little bit when he mentioned that he and his wife give back to people toward the end of the year. Does that mean you're going to be offering free coffee during that summer? I saw you change a little.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it sparked. Actually, I wanted to ask, like, basically the group here,
Yes.
like, what can business owners do to help contribute?
Yes.
Right? Like, I mean, is it a free coffee? Because, I'll tell you a very interesting story. There was a homeless woman that walked in. She had a disability, and she didn't realize, like, the price of the coffee. So she had $1 on her, and I was like, of course, you don't have to pay. It's perfectly fine. 2 weeks later, she got, I guess, like some money that came in. She came back and paid like the remainder on that cup of coffee. Like the integrity, even among our homeless, like that's. I was frankly like,
Wow.
like jaw dropped, and continued to insist that she doesn't have to pay.
Right.
But she made sure that she did. She wanted to maintain her her pride in herself.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
and I love that. And so it just kind of when you guys, you know, when you brought up like what you and your wife did, I kind of thought to myself, I wonder how we can contribute.
Yes.
You know, so that's maybe
I
an
figured you
open
were thinking
discussion. Yeah.
So how can the business owners help? What can they do?
You know, quick drives maybe or
Absolutely. There are many opportunities for businesses to help to address the issue of homelessness and food insecurity. And I mean, we have these two events every year. We have it on the Saturday of the Martin Luther King holiday, where we have a potluck and people come, and not only do they bring something for the guests to eat on that night, but we have cans outside where people just bring canned goods and non-perishables and fill those cans, those containers. And we do that also the third Saturday every August of the year. We have a massive event here in our backyard. And people bring tons of food that we donate. So businesses like yours can help by helping to drive people to these donation events. You can have containers of your own where you encourage
Correct.
people to
Yeah,
come
absolutely.
and donate. And so there are many ways that you could help
Oh,
to
good ideas.
address the problem of food insecurity that is so prevalent in so many communities.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank
We
you.
heard a parking homelessness event. Is there anything that you like to see happen in the downtown area?
I'd like to, have events in the downtown area that really draw in people from the surrounding communities, and also, really that the residents of Plainfield would really enjoy. So I
Yes.
think maybe something different that I know we've touched on in Plainfield that really sets us apart is our diverse culture. So maybe we could have some interesting events that kind of revolve around family and culture and food and things that, really set Plainfield apart from the surrounding communities. So I think that would really be beneficial to our downtown.
I love that.
And we're actually working on an idea which you may be familiar with, the pedestrian plaza that is a major project that we have undertaken. And we are hoping to have that open by next year. The only thing that would hold that up is we have to decide whether we're going to do that or whether we're going to wait for some of the projects that are going to be in that immediate area, as opposed to having the streetscape and then having the streets dug up. But the pedestrian plaza, we view that as a magnet that will draw people into our downtown. A place where you can come and be entertained. A place where you can come and experience some of the foods that we have here in our city. And so we are very excited about having that pedestrian plaza. And we look forward to the day when we will cut the ribbon and people will begin to just come to that area for entertainment and to enjoy a cultural experience that exists here in the city, different from what they're used to.
Yeah. We talked about growing the business, but I want to shift a little bit and talk about what areas Plainfield can grow in order to support you all as you develop as entrepreneurs. Because entrepreneurship is hard, am I right?
Yeah.
Mayor Mapp, I want you to kick off. What are some initiatives that the city of Plainfield has in place in order to support the development of the entrepreneur?
Well, there are resources that we do provide. We provide workshops almost on a monthly basis where we make resources available by way of training. We also have a program called Google Get Your Business Online, where free websites are provided to any business who doesn't have an online presence and who needs, that presence. And so, in addition to the workshops and that kind of a program, we also have a sign and facade program where we use urban enterprise zone dollars to help businesses to have a better facade, so that there's some level of uniformity in terms of how businesses look in our city.
That's huge.
But we are very focused on providing all of the assistance that we can to our businesses. And there is another idea which I had in mind, which I will come back to as they contribute, but it is something that I really want to touch upon. So we know how important it is to provide support to our businesses. One of the other things that I was thinking about is that in order for you to be successful, you need foot traffic. You need people to come and patronize your businesses. And that is why in our 2 transit villages around our train stations, as well as the opportunity zones, we are focused on bringing mixed-use development into our downtown, where we will attract more people to our city to occupy the apartments that we are developing in partnership with the investors who have seen Plainfield as an opportunity. And so the more people we have living in our transit village, living in our opportunity zones, the more foot traffic will be driven to your businesses, the more successful you will become.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. How does that resonate with you all? Is there more that you feel like you need in order to grow as an entrepreneur?
Well, I think for me, as a property owner, it just goes back to the idea of communication. Like, I think the city of Plainfield has so many amazing programs that they offer to entrepreneurs, and it's just about getting that message out to the entrepreneurs. Like, how do they take advantage of all these amazing opportunities? Because, I mean, just the sign and facade program, I mean, is a huge savings to someone who wants to come into Plainfield, start a business. There's also a lease program where I believe if you rent a space and you're a new business in Plainfield, that for 2 years you get 15% of the rent paid by the
That's
program,
amazing.
which is amazing.
Is that true?
I mean,
It is.
That's
I know. It's so amazing that you're surprised, right?
Right.
So I think that the city really needs to work on just communicating that message, because there are so many amazing programs that can really help get entrepreneurs, you know, to hit the ground running and get businesses set up in Plainfield. So it's just about communicating those messages, which I know is very hard. It always comes back to communication, I feel, and it is a very difficult task, but also an important one.
Yes, absolutely. Anything else you guys wanted
No,
to
for
share?
me, I took advantage already of the opportunities they have, you know, so I know the process, you know, like how to get the signs, you know, and all. I did already, okay?
Yeah.
So I know how it's gonna be. So, no, I think it's just, they have a lot of opportunities.
I can add, and I mean, I'm a prime example. I took full advantage of the sign and facade grant.
Yes.
Like, honestly, that was a massive de-risking from an investment standpoint. I'm a big believer on betting on the entrepreneur. You can have all the great, like, real estate and spaces, but if you don't have business to fill them up, you just have, empty space. So
Right.
I think grants like that one massively de-risk, business opportunities, I think are huge. And so, I mean, I'm ready to start my next business to use the grant again.
You ready to start hearing me?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Of course, yeah. Oh, no.
That's wonderful.
These guys know. Like, I'm rolling up my sleeves in Plainfield. Like, we're here.
And his
All
space
right.
looks amazing.
I can't wait to visit. I'm
Thank you.
excited to visit all the businesses here.
You should.
I will. And I'm sure our viewers will too. Let's shift a little bit. I want to focus on you guys. What is one piece of advice you might give entrepreneurs out there looking to start their business? One piece of advice.
I guess for me it might be a little bit cliche, but you have to take calculated risks, and you have to be confident in who you are and what you're bringing to the table, and just take that leap of faith and take the risk and believe in yourself.
That's a good one. I think for me, it's important that people understand why they do what they do. So there needs to be a sincere and genuine purpose behind a business. You're better off if all you care about is making money. Go and work, and you can make way more stable money than like being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is about control and about pursuing a craft or a passion that you're genuinely interested in. And because we have to remember, it's very easy to start a business. What's really hard is maintaining it and growing it over time.
Yes.
So if you don't have the motivation and like the purpose and the why to get up every morning to go and build your business, you will not make it.
Yes.
So know your why, know your purpose, and let it be one that's, everlasting.
Yes.
And for me, it's, some people, they want to start their own business, but they have no clue. They got no idea, how to start, but they don't ask, Like for me, if anyone come to the store and start to, can you give me 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I want to talk to you, I can advise them, like how I start, like, okay, you gotta do this, but some people, they want to do it, but they afraid to ask, And I know for me it's easy because I did it for a lot of times, so, but I mean, the best advice is people, they have to have, what you say, they have to have the purpose, what they want to do, and also, ask all the business owners, how they do it, so that way, they can follow up, like, not the same system, but, like, the idea how they can go through it.
Yeah, ask for help. I think it's a great idea. Every entrepreneur should ask for help.
Ask for help. I think that rings true over pretty much every profession, right? Just ask for help. I think, Yvette, you'd mentioned that you are a homeowner here. Did I hear that right? Or your family has property in
We have
Plainfield?
commercial property.
Commercial property. Are there any homeowners here in Plainfield? Yes. Okay, great. Can you just tell us a little bit about what got you not only invested in having a business here, but also being a homeowner here in Plainfield?
Yeah, I think for me, well, I just knew I wanted to live in Plainfield, and I wanted to basically, live where I work.
Yes.
I wanted, I bike to work,
Right.
most days. So that kind of a lifestyle was really important to me. So that's why I wanted to be close to where I worked. So.
Understood.
Yeah, for me was the same thing, I want to live close to my business because I spend all my time in the business, so I work like 20 hours, so I want to be very close so that way, we can see what we're doing, and I think that was the reason, we want to live into the town.
Yeah, the cool thing about Plainfield is since it's like a city, right? You kind of get best of both worlds here.
Yeah.
It's not like living in like a suburb and then working in a completely separate city. Like you get both here, so
Right.
it kind of works
And
out.
everything's so close.
Yeah, it really
Everything's
is.
so close.
Yeah.
It's really the best of both worlds, I think, Plainfield. A little bit of a, densely populated urban feel, and you have suburbs with beautiful homes
Right.
that has the best architecture around.
Yeah.
And they're interesting. They just have, so much interesting detail. So I think that's a really big plus for Plainfield.
I love telling like the stories of some of these homes. Like when we were like house hunting, there was like a Toomey house, like the founder of Toomey, like
Right.
the
Yes.
national
Yes.
brand. I was like, what? Like that's his house? Like that's so cool.
That's
you know?
awesome. It's making me want to buy my home in Plainfield.
I want to mention the fact that Plainfield has gone from a city that was perceived to be a very difficult city to work with. And now we are a city that is fully supportive of investors, businessmen and women, and doing business with our city has been made so easy, working with our planning and zoning departments, to the point where we are now known as one of the friendliest cities in which to do business. So that is one of the reasons why we currently have close to $1 billion in projects that either are under construction or in the pipeline. And we are looking forward to continuing to work with you who have taken the risk to invest in Plainfield and all of the support services that we can provide to you to make sure that you're successful. My administration is committed to doing that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
that.
Thanks. Thank you so much to our entrepreneurs for coming out and letting us know what it takes to really have a thriving business here in Plainfield. What we are tasking you all to do is the following. 1, think about investing in Plainfield because there's a ton of opportunity here. And then 2, make sure that you visit all of the businesses that are listed here and develop that foot traffic that our mayor was talking about. We are looking forward to hearing from you more. If you are interested in joining the show or you have questions that you want us to address, please visit the City of Plainfield's website or the City of Plainfield's Facebook page. We want to hear from you. Have a good night.